If you're older and you masturbate, I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you think about your body, your energy, and your long-term health. Most people don't talk about this openly, especially as they get older, and that silence leads to confusion, unnecessary fear, and habits that could either help your health or slowly drain it without you realizing. So let's clear the air and talk honestly, like we're having a private conversation, because you deserve clarity, confidence, and control over your health. As we age, our hormones shift, our recovery slows down, the body doesn't respond the same way it did at 20 or even 35. So anything you do regularly, including self-stimulation, has a different impact than it used to. For some people, it becomes a stress reliever, a way to improve sleep, or a simple part of their routine. For others, it turns into something done out of boredom, habit, or emotional escape. And that's where issues begin, because the moment something becomes automatic, instead of intentional, it can quietly affect your energy levels, your mood, your motivation to exercise, and even how you show up in your relationships. I want you to think about how you feel after you do it, not just physically, but mentally. Do you feel relaxed, or do you feel drained? More focused, or more distracted? These reactions matter. Your body is giving you feedback every single time, and most people never pay attention. As you get older, your nervous system becomes more sensitive, your hormones become more reactive, and your daily habits influence your vitality far more than you think. So if you notice that you're more tired afterward, or that it affects your sleep, your workouts, or your overall drive, that's a sign you need to adjust the frequency or the intention behind the behavior. At the same time, it's important to understand that this isn't about shame or fear. It's about balance, awareness, and health. Healthy sexuality at any age is normal, but the key is whether it supports your life or steals from it. You have to ask yourself, is this strengthening me, or is this weakening me? Is this helping me release stress, or is it becoming a substitute for real connection, movement, or emotional well-being? If you're older, the smartest approach is moderation and mindfulness. Make sure your habits are aligned with your goals, your energy, your fitness, your mental clarity. Support your body with good sleep, hydration, exercise, and balanced nutrition. These things play a massive role in how your body responds to any sexual activity. And most importantly, stay aware of how your body reacts. When you truly listen, it tells you everything you need to know. Keynote, no. One expanded into 300 words. No headings, no ending sentences. When you prioritize awareness, you begin to understand that your body communicates with you constantly, especially as you get older. Every habit you engage in, including intimate habits done in private, creates a physical and mental response that can either support your health or quietly drain it. Most people move through these habits without thinking, almost on autopilot, and because of that, they miss the signals their body is sending. When you make awareness your first priority, you start noticing the subtle things, the way your energy shifts, how your mood changes, how your motivation rises or falls afterward, and even how your sleep feels later that night. These small details matter more with age because your body becomes more sensitive to patterns, stress, and hormonal fluctuations. Instead of judging the habit, you simply observe it. Does it leave you calm and centered, or does it leave you feeling tired, heavy, or unfocused? Do you feel more capable afterward, or does it take away from your willingness to exercise, socialize, or follow through on your goals? Your nervous system, your hormone balance, and your emotional state are all influenced by what you do consistently. So awareness becomes the key that helps you understand whether you're supporting your overall well-being or unintentionally working against it. When you learn to pay attention, you gain control, because you stop operating on impulse and start choosing based on what actually makes you stronger. It's about building a relationship with your own body where you listen, observe, and respond with intention. That level of awareness turns every habit into a decision instead of a reflex. And when you choose consciously, you naturally move toward better energy, better clarity, and a healthier sense of balance in your life. Treating your sexual habits like any other lifestyle behavior means stepping out of the mindset that this area of your life is separate from your overall health. The truth is, everything you repeatedly do affects your energy, your mood, and your physical well-being. So approaching this habit with the same intentionality you give to diet, exercise, and sleep can completely shift the way your body responds. When you start viewing it through that lens, you stop acting from impulse or boredom and start acting from clarity and purpose. Just like you would with food or training, you can ask yourself what the goal is, how it makes you feel, and whether the frequency matches the kind of life you want to maintain as you age. You begin to recognize that overstimulation can drain you the same way overeating or skipping workouts can. And that balance is what keeps your energy steady and your mind sharp. Being intentional doesn't mean restricting yourself harshly. It simply means making sure the habit fits into your overall lifestyle instead of disrupting it. Maybe that means choosing the right timing so it doesn't interfere with sleep or exercise, or being aware of whether you're using it to cope with stress instead of dealing with the root cause. When you see it as a part of your health routine, you naturally start making better choices. You listen to the signals your body gives, you adjust when needed, and you find a rhythm that supports your well-being instead of weighing it down. This kind of awareness helps you keep your habits aligned with your goals because you're no longer driven by impulse but by understanding. And when you live this way, every choice, even the private ones, contributes to better vitality, better discipline, and a stronger sense of control over your life. As you age, moderation and mindfulness become essential because your body simply doesn't operate with the same recovery speed, hormonal stability, or energetic reserves it once had. What used to feel effortless or insignificant in your younger years now has a more noticeable impact on your physical and mental state, which means every habit deserves a bit more attention and balance. When you apply moderation to your intimate habits, you're not restricting yourself. You're protecting your energy, your clarity, and your overall well-being. Mindfulness helps you understand the difference between acting from intention and acting out of stress, boredom, or emotional escape. And that distinction can completely change the way your body reacts afterward. You begin to notice how certain frequencies make you feel more grounded, while others leave you tired or unfocused. You start understanding how your sleep, workouts, and mood respond to your choices. And with that understanding, you naturally create a rhythm that supports your daily life instead of disrupting it. Moderation becomes a powerful tool because it keeps your nervous system calmer, your hormones more balanced, and your motivation steadier throughout the day. Mindfulness adds another layer by helping you recognize triggers, patterns, and emotional states that influence your decisions, giving you the ability to pause, reflect, and choose what's genuinely good for you. When these two elements work together, you gain a level of control that many people never achieve, especially later in life. Instead of being pulled by urges or habits, you guide yourself with awareness and self-respect. You prioritize your long-term health over temporary impulses, and in doing so, you build a lifestyle that supports better energy, better discipline, and a deeper sense of balance in every part of your day.